So this topic comes up quite a bit on forums, and it's often on women who dive forums, and so I wanted to talk about it. Diving while on your period. So the reason I'm making this video, a bunch of reasons, but one of them was this woman once posted that her dive master had told her that she couldn't dive, she couldn't do her class because she was on her period and that it was going to attract the sharks and the fish. And so she was just going to have to sit out the whole trip. The whole trip, a trip that she paid for, planned for, was going to show up. That really pissed me off. That really made me angry. So I thought, you know what? Let's talk about it. So what do you do when you have your periods and you want to dive? Exactly whatever you want, right? So here's the thing. First of all, no, the blood is not going to attract fish or sharks. That's a myth. It's not true. That's just absolutely false. Second, what do you do if you don't want to make a mess? Okay, well, pads are not a good idea because they get really bulky and filled up and they're a mess. And this usually comes up when I'm talking to teens and very young girls who are just starting out with their periods and they just don't know. So pads are out. So what can you do? Okay, well, there's really three options. One, you can have tampons. There's four options. One is tampons, and those are great, just like they are for swimming. Good on you. Put it in, forget about it, and then change it when you get back to shore or when you go to use the head, if there's a head on the boat, if you're doing boat diving. Two, some women love the cup and recommend using the cup. I've heard some people say, well, but doesn't the pressure cause it to suction or get crushed or whatever? And this is not as an expert, I'm not a physician, obviously, but all the women who use the cup while they're diving say it's never been an issue. It's never been a problem for them. Third, you can free bleed. That's always an option. And I know there's an ick factor to it, but you know what? You're in the water. It is, more gallons than you can imagine of water. They're not going to care about a teaspoon of blood. It can get a little icky, gross in your wetsuit if you don't wash it out before you get out. So that's something to keep in mind, but you may just want to flush your wetsuit and that's it. Free bleeding is a totally legit option. And then fourth, there's some really great brands of period absorbent bathing suits, and that's been a really good option. Now, here's the thing. Once the bathing suit gets wet, the absorption of the bathing suit itself is probably not that great, so you're basically free bleeding once you're there, but maybe it gives you a little bit more security on the way there, and maybe after you dry or you want to change out and get yourself into a different bathing suit that's also absorbent, and that should be able to hold you out for however long the dive is going to be. But whatever it is, one, you can absolutely dive while you're on your period, and two, if anybody ever tells you different, they don't know better. And if they are a professional of any type, go find another professional because that's not okay and it's ignorant and you deserve better. And that's it. Go on diving. Go make some bubbles.